Good morning, folks. Today is Sunday, June 23rd, day 127. I had to think about it for just a minute, but anyway, we've got camp all packed up. We're getting ready to leave. Had some rain last night, came in about 10:30. Rained for a couple hours, so everything's soaking wet. Real buggy out here. We're having a little problem with the bugs. So New York right now has been very physical, full of bugs and full of heat. So not trying to complain though. I'm just stating facts so you guys will know about it. The ones following us are going to know it's going to be hot in New York. It's going to be buggy, and you're going to work your butt off. So anyway, we're going to head out today. We're probably not going to do maybe 15 today. I know there's a deli at the end of the line. That's always a good motivator to try to get to a deli, but we're gonna head out in just a minute. It's supposed to be about 90 degrees today, and yeah, we'll see how the day goes. We'll see you up trail. We're still climbing that first hill climb I told you we were gonna have to do. This is supposed to be a big view. Supposed to see Manhattan right now. Don't think we're gonna see it today. Let's go ahead and acknowledge the trail this morning. Had a little bit of rugged terrain this morning. Wanted to update you guys a little bit. I just took fall number 11. I took fall number 10 yesterday. And these falls, I don't know if I want to attribute to myself or attribute it to these shoes, because both times I was on kind of a wet rock and the shoes just lost traction and I ended up sitting down. So they weren't bad falls. Matter of fact, the one I just took, I skied halfway down the rock before I finally fell down. I felt my shoes give way, so I just sort of squatted down and tried to stand up, but there towards the end my pack sort of pulled me backwards. So I don't know if I want to attribute these as falls or just fast sit downs, but I'm still the jury's still out on these ultra temps. They just don't seem to have a lot of grip on wet rocks anyway. So I don't think I'll be buying these on my next pair of shoes, even though they are padded and they feel really good on smooth ground. If they're not going to give me grip, that's not a good thing. A little foggy and damp today, which I'm not going to complain too bad about, because it keeps the heat away, at least for a while. And it makes for some interesting photography. I don't want to be too harsh on these ultra temps. They've got plenty of traction when it's dry. It's just when things get damp or wet, it's almost like the rubber that's used or something like that gets lubricated and it gets very slippery. In their defense, the rock I was going down was a fairly steep rock, but a lot of times when you're out here, those are unavoidable. The bad part about that one is I was testing it to see how slippery it was going to be before I went down it. And once one foot started going, the other one started coming with it. But it was kind of cool because it's slow motion. I had time to plan my fall. Said I skied down half of it. Used to skateboard as a kid, so maybe that helped me ski down a little bit. Well, here's our next big obstacle for the day. Normally I just say it's an obstacle and I go on. Right now I'm not quite trusting my shoes, and when you can't trust your equipment, it's not a good thing, so I'm gonna put my camera away. Next obstacle, at least it's a big staircase. We just took a break, get up here on top and have the ultimate bench to sit down on, which I'm going to. And I'm sure there's normally a beautiful view out there, but don't see it today. This is a Bear Mountain Observation Tower. That we're gonna climb up to look, because as you can see around us, everything is socked in today. So even if we climbed up it, there's nothing to see. So I guess we'll just keep walking. Well, I feel like Bear Mountain was a bust. We didn't get to see much of anything because it's been socked in, but as you can see, it's starting to clear up a little bit. It's just not going to clear up enough in time for us to really see anything. Well, it's kind of a hazy view, but we do have us a view of the Hudson. It's the Hudson River. There's the Hudson River Bridge. We'll probably be going over that thing in a little while. Didn't even think to video this. It caught me by surprise. It's a big park going through New York. Hudson Lake, I believe is what it's called. And the trail goes right through it, so we're going right through the middle of it. I'm not sure who this is up here. I'm gonna quit videoing so I don't have to. Got the porcupine cage out here. There's a little porcupine in there. Sound asleep. All right, we've got 2 more bears. These are in captivity though. These are just chilling and taking it easy. It's hot outside, so they're just gonna take it easy. Coming out of the Trailside Museum and Zoo. It's a small zoo, but hey, it's free. And there's more animals than what we showed. We just didn't want to spend that much time going through the zoo because we know we got to get up trail. But there are other animals. Unfortunately, the only ones you really see if you're walking just straight through like we did are the bears. And like I said, we've seen bears. We did get to manage to get that one to raise his head for us. It's more fun when you see them in the wild though. All right, we're getting ready to cross the Hudson River. This is the bridge crossing over it, so we'll get you when we get through there. Got these signs talking about the bridge going in and the significance of this place. So now you're looking at the Hudson River. What a beautiful sight. Good views coming across here. Only scary part about it, we gotta climb that mountain at the end of it. That looks like fun. I can hold my camera still. Back in the woods, then just crossing the bridge and heading uphill. And I couldn't give you guys all the excitement, but I guess we go downhill a little bit. Anyway, I come across the bridge, my hat blew off my head. I thought it was gone. It blew over on a beam on the side of the bridge. I was able to use my trekking poles to get it. So I was able to grab it with the trekking poles, and then Bluegrass was able to grab it with his hands. Anyway, I'm going to be huffing and puffing in just a second, so time to turn this off. Well, we're about 3/4 of the way up. They decided to make it a little bit more challenging, even though it's been super challenging all the way. You get the point. Tell you, I've been through so much road walking through parks, going across the bridge. I feel like I need to acknowledge the trail again. Just because we're finally back out in the woods. Of course, that hill climb we just went up was the trail's way of saying, welcome back to the woods. Because it was immediately uphill for a long ways. It's Sunday, but I don't think too many day hikers hit this section. It doesn't look like it's trampled down very much. Hello, Mr. Rattlesnake. You look right down in there. He's not rattling at me, he's just looking at me. But he is definitely looking at me. I don't know if you can see him in there. Yeah, there you go. I got him in the middle of my screen. See that yellow head? He was right in the middle of the trail when I came by, and he took off and hid right there. So we're gonna go around him. He's not rattling right now, so he doesn't feel too threatened. So I think we need to keep it that way and let him do his thing, and we'll do our thing, and we'll let bygones be bygones. Oh, he's starting to rattle now. Yep, he's rattling. He got to rattle up. Okay, leave him alone. Yeah, I came over that hill. We were moving pretty well, stepping pretty fast, and he was right in the middle of the trail, so I jumped and he took off running. Or slithering away, whatever you want to call it, that a snake does. But he took off next to that tree and coiled up. I probably said a few choice words, and I know I jumped about 3 feet in the air. I think we scared each other half to death. But either way, that was a timber rattler. And he started rattling just a little bit as we were walking by. For the most part, he didn't even rattle, but as we were walking by, he was watching every little step we made. He started rattling that tail to let us know that he's watching us. But he never rattled it hard enough to really hear it. We could just see him rattling his tail. All right, we're coming into the deli. Really more of a convenience store with a deli in it. Either way, it means food and cold drink, which is top of our priority list right now. And it's right on the trail, so this is good. All right, we are back in the woods, heading towards the baseball field at the monastery. It's only a little over a mile, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Coming to the ball field at the monastery. A little bit of a road walk, not bad. I think it's 4/10 of a mile. Like I told you earlier, they're supposed to have a outdoor shower. It's a cold shower. At this point, any shower is good. So I've got a thunderstorm getting ready to roll in too. Got the ball field down here to the left. I think the actual monastery is up on the hill here. It's nice of them, because what I also understand, they have electricity down here to help recharge our batteries and let us do all this for free. This is the Friar Cemetery at the ball field. They also have a 9/11 memorial down there. I've already done a lot of walking, so I'm not going to go down there, but my feet are about whooped for the day, and the mosquitoes are getting me, so I'm going to head on down to the ball field. So here we are. As you can tell, there's tents set up everywhere. Porta John. So it looks like we're a little late for the party. This is going to be home for tonight. We'll get set up and I'll get back to you in a little while. Folks, you're looking at people in the shelter here trying to dry off everything. We just had a big storm roll through and it got everybody soaking wet. You see one of the tents hanging up there. We had a couple collapse. We had a couple of them done it. My tent actually collapsed. I was an idiot. I just pushed my stakes into the ground and never got them in real deep. Never thought about it. Didn't think the storm was going to be that bad. And when it came through with about 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it blew mine over. So I ended up with water in the bathtub floor and all that. Had to dry it all out. So I've got some wet gear right now. Thank goodness most of my stuff was still in my pack. So although the outside of my pack may be wet, the gear inside's still fine. So none of my sleeping gear got wet, so I'll be able to sleep fine. It's just drying my clothes out. Bad part about it is I'd already taken a shower and put on my dry clothes. Now my dry clothes are soaking wet because I was having to run out in the storm to get everything set back up real quick. But anyway, it was an interesting few minutes while that storm came through. It came through real fast. It only lasted about 15 minutes, but boy, did it dump some rain and it had some wind with it. So everybody's trying to dry out right now. Anyway, this is going to be it for tonight. I'm going to finish drying stuff out. We should be getting going early in the morning, assuming that Bluegrass's reaction to that mosquito bite goes away. And we'll see you bright and early in the morning. Until then, this is Bandit, and we're still heading north.